guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is my monster empties video. I have left this far too long. far too long. I'm actually afraid to lift this box because I already filmed this part once and didn't turn out so good. So we're just gonna kind of give you a quick peek. Basically, if you've never seen an empties video, this is a video where I show you my trash and give you a review on the product in there, whether I liked it or not. I actually really like empties videos because it gives me more of an idea that a person knows that product. They have used the product from start to finish, used it completely up, so they give the better review, I feel, than somebody who's just tried it once or twice. Let's just get into it. If you have not subscribed already, please jump down and subscribe and click the thumbs up button. It helps me out a lot. I would appreciate it. And if you would like to be part of the notification squad, just click that little bell next to the subscribe button so you don't miss any future videos coming from me. And without further ado, let's dive into my beauty trash. This is a Fragrant Jewels candle that was given to me by my best friend, and this one was in the scent Wicked, I believe. The packaging is just gorgeous. I'm actually going to repurpose this container and use it for next Halloween because I think that this is just so Halloween. I have so many good things to say about this. I have only tried this one ever, so I can only speak on this one. But from what I've encountered, the throw on this is very, very good. This scented up most of the main area of my home, and it wasn't in a way that was sickly. It was a very, very comfortable level of scent. It smells like Halloween night. My ring I got was absolutely beautiful. I don't remember how much it was worth, but it wasn't a huge amount. So yes, I do recommend these. I've noticed I say like 500 times in a video, and that needs to stop, like right now. The next product I have is alcohol because, well, when you live in South Dakota and there are wineries pretty much a stone's throw from you in all directions, you try some local wines. And our favorite in this house is Prairie Berry. This is the Prairie Berry Raspberry Honey Wine. The Raspberry Honey Wine is made from pure South Dakota honey and ripe red raspberries. This is a very sweet wine, almost like a Moscato, but it does have a bit of a tartness to it from the raspberries. I really enjoy this wine. It's more common in the summertime, but I definitely recommend it. You actually can purchase Prairie Berry online and they do ship. So if you've ever wanted to try it, you don't need to be local to me, but I do highly recommend their wines. And you might see a couple other ones in this empties video, to be honest here. I got this at Gordman's. This candle is called Fearless. It is fresh bergamot, white thyme, and peppery basil. I actually do not know the brand that makes this because it's one of those that you find at like TJ Maxx, Marshall's. It smells really, really, really good in the can. The throw was not that great, unfortunately. I called this one the never-ending candle because even though it didn't have the best throw, it was okay. If you were around the candle in a way, you could smell it, but it wasn't the kind of candle I would go out and repurchase based on the throw alone. So sadly, this one would be a non-repurchase for me. I'm a candle-holic. I should put that out there. I am a candle fanatic. I'm a scent fiend. I'm a very olfactory person, so scent plays a big part of my life. This next candle is by DW Home. These are sold all over the place. I've seen them at Marshall's, I've seen them at TJ Maxx, I've seen them at Home Goods. This is one of their kitchen table series, and this one was in the scent Mint Leaves. Now, what I loved about this, the throw was great. This would scent up my entire kitchen. It smelled like fresh mint, not fake mint, not peppermint, not candy cane. It smelled like you literally brought in a bundle of mint from the garden and chopped it up, and that's the scent that this smelled like. It was the most pleasant, clean, beautiful scent. The only thing I can say is that toward the end it started to burn a little bit rough, so there's some wax residue on the outside. So I like those. They're not the greatest throw, but it works. This was the Scentsy Scent-Shaka. A little fruity, a little floral, a little powdery. It reminds me of the beach. It really reminds me of like a beachy scent. It's a very summer scent. I don't think I could burn this any other time of the year except for the summertime, but the scent throw on this is beautiful. It went through my entire main living area. Actually, over there in the bookshelf, there is a tote filled with wax melts, and I have a backup of Shaka in there. The next one I have is my absolute 100% favorite scent for fall. fall, period. This is by Better Homes and Gardens. This is Crisp Fall Leaves. It is from Walmart. I believe they cost $2. This was the limited edition one this year. I, of course, got a bunch of backups. This, to me, has the scent of a fresh apple orchard. This reminds me of like a haunted hayride in the middle of the woods. It's so beautiful. You have to go out and smell this. I do have a full-size backup, and I mean a full Mama Jama backup of this because I think this is the best fall scent ever. This next wax melt we used up is by Tuscany Candle, and this was in the scent Vanilla Cinnamon Brulee. Now this is a true gourmand scent. It's a bakery scent. I am not a bakery scent type of girl. I prefer more on the masculine side, the cologne type scents, the deeper florals, the woodsier scents. So for me to have a really super sweet wax melt like this, most of the time I'm not a fan, but this one was actually really good. This one smelled true like vanilla cinnamon brulee. That's the notes. I smell vanilla and I smell cinnamon and I smell the caramel. That's what it smelled like. The throw was really good. It wasn't as good as like Scentsy. It did stay in the main area. It didn't tend to travel out into the rest of the home. This is the Boots No. 7 Beautiful Skin Cleansing Oil for normal to dry skin. I used every last drop of this up. I liked this for what it did. It removes your makeup very well. It has a kind of a strange scent. It has a very oily scent, but not in a good way. It definitely smells of mineral oil. So I know there's mineral oil in it, but I will say this never burned my face. It didn't bother my eyes, but I did notice after using probably about 3/4 of the bottle, I started to get really clogged pores, and I know there's better out there. So next thing I have in here is a hand lotion, and this took me, I don't even want to admit how long to get through. This is by Dead Sea Cosmetics, the people that stop you in the mall and ask you, hey, can I play with your hands for a little bit? And you're like, no, I really don't want to. Oh no, please let me do it anyway. It's them. Now, back in the day, I got suckered into it and I bought a kit. Now, that being said, this was really good. Obviously, I used up a 6.8 fluid ounce hand cream. It was really good. I'm not going to go out and repurchase it. Absolutely not. They're overpriced, and I find that now that I'm in the beauty community, there are way more brands out that have products that do pretty much the same thing. I can't even get any out of this. That's how much I've used. I used up every drop of this, but it was just a beautiful, very lightweight hand cream, and it sunk into the skin beautifully. So I will say this was really nice. It definitely sunk into the skin quickly. It left my hands feeling very moisturized. I didn't have any greasy residue on it, so I will say it was great, but no way am I going to repurchase it. It is too expensive, and there are way more brands that do the same thing for much cheaper. Found another Scentsy. This one I actually have a negative to say about. It's in the scent Davenport, which again is one of those beautiful, like fresh summer scents, like warm summer day kind of scent, a fresh air scent. It's not an overpowering scent, kind of like clean laundry but better. The only thing that I have bad to say about this is if you do get this wax melt, you have to use it fairly quickly. This was only about a year old, and I noticed at like my last 3 cubes, when I even smelled it in the container, I couldn't smell anything. It was like the wax, the scent dissipated out of the wax very quickly. So sadly, that was what happened with Davenport, but the scent itself is absolutely beautiful. So the next few things I have are some face masks. These are by the brand Bella. It will tone your skin, help to draw out impurities, remove dead skin cells, and reduce excess oil, and unblock pores. This is basically supposed to be your all-in-one face mask. Well, did it do all those things for me? Not quite. It definitely made my skin look a little brighter. It took off the dead skin, definitely exfoliated my face, but it's not the kind of mask that's a peel off that's really going to get into your pores. I feel like it's more of just a, like it says, a refreshing, brightening kind of mask. Another one of the same brand is the Repairing Charcoal Mud Mask. Now, this one is strong. It has menthol in it. This one is meant to draw oil out and get the dirt from clogged pores. It also tightens pores in the skin using that menthol, and it says it provides a refreshing sensation. Now here's the thing. I don't know who they're talking to about refreshing, but if you try this, it definitely does a great job at removing impurities and stuff. It does. But Don't put it anywhere close to your eye. I usually put my masks right here because this is where my pores kind of stop. And the mentholness is so strong, it made my eyes burn so bad. Just the fumes would make my eyes burn. And I would be tearing up. I mean, by the end of the night, my eyes were red and it wasn't cute. So yes, it works, but just walk with caution when you use this just because of how intense that menthol really is. By BioBelle, this is the Stay Gorgeous Hydrate and Nourish with Almond Oil and Vitamin E. I liked this actually. This was a really hydrating, nourishing mask. It hugs your face in all the right spots. Nothing really pops up and it really fits the face beautifully. It has no parabens, no gluten, and no GMOs, which is also just a huge bonus. But it was easy to use. It was very gentle. I didn't have any issues with it. It left my skin really smooth and moisturized. I really liked this. Another one that I used was the Pomegranate Crush from BioRepublic. Dermatologist tested mask, and this is the illuminating fiber mask, vitamin E for all skin types. This one also was really nice. It definitely brightened my skin tone. It gave me really balanced and fresh skin. I had no complaints. I really like sheet masks that you can just peel off, kind of pat in the excess serum and walk away. It's easy, it's lazy. That's me. No, but really it is. Then I have my Glam Glow, which is kind of like the dark horse of the group because it's hella expensive. But I will say, I keep looking up here like I'm drifting off into some la la land that is not my beauty room. I really loved this Glam Glow mask. This is the Super Mud Clearing Treatment. I used it to death. Like, it's gone. That's gross. That's gross. It's gone. It's long gone. I like this because you can use it as a full mask if your skin is feeling very clogged and really like kind of weighed down, or you can use it as a spot treatment if you're getting a little blemish popping through the skin. And I used it for both. It was phenomenal. If you're not a fan of the smell of licorice, this might not be for you. It does smell very strongly of licorice. It is a very, very strong mud mask. It tingles, you can literally watch it pulling the gunk out of your pores. It's really gross in a really satisfying way. I do recommend this one. I absolutely love it. It is a little bit drying. Obviously, it's doing a lot of work on your pores, but with a good moisturizer afterwards, even me being a dry girl, I didn't notice much of a difference. I have a couple teas. Why? Because I drink tea like it's my lifeblood. If I didn't have tea, I don't know what I would do with my life. And coffee, but tea too. Proof of tea. Okay, so the first tea that I finished off is the Tazo. Leave a comment down below if you know how to pronounce this. I don't want to butcher the name. I feel really kind of dumb that it's only 4 letters and I still have a hard time. This is their organic peachy green. This was delicious. I love green tea and I love peach. So when they add the green and black tea with peach and delicate cucumber notes, it made me happy. And it's organic, which makes me twice as happy. It was really good. I don't know if I'd repurchase this particular flavor, but I definitely will repurchase other teas from this brand that you're going to tell me in the comments below how to pronounce. Another one that I used up and I already have repurchased is the Traditional Medicinals Organic Nighty Night Tea. This is awesome. I have insomnia really bad. I tend to stay up really late at night when I probably shouldn't, and then I can't fall asleep. So I drink this and it knocks me on my butt. It's great. Obviously it's caffeine free. This is pretty much an exact dupe, but better, of the Sleepy Time tea from Celestial Seasonings. It is wonderful. It smells really good. It tastes really good. It's got chamomile in it. This has passion flower in it, which is amazing because it has an ability to calm and soothe your nervous system, and it helps relieve occasional sleeplessness. It's a beautiful nighttime tea. Oh look, more candle. Why? Because this girl needs a candle intervention. And you can blame my friend Melanie over at Mr. Kong's mom for my candle obsession, by the way. Thanks, girl. I love you. I'll leave her information down below. She does a lot of candle reviews and things on her channel. She's awesome. I love her. So, but I am blaming her for this obsession that I suddenly have with candles. So thanks, Mel. Next we have some more tea. I found one more tea. Just one, I promise, just one. This is actually the one I'm drinking right now. This is the Organic Herbal Tea Blend from Simply Balanced. This is a Target brand. This is the orange spice flavor, and oh my god, gosh, if you guys are fans of mulled wine or like apple cider, that kind of thing, it's basically orange with mulled spices. It's so good. I mean, fall, Thanksgiving, into Christmas. This is caffeine free, which is great for nighttime. I actually like to drink this at night anyway. It's just something so cozy about drinking a mulled tea at night. I have some makeup wipes. I do not use makeup wipes on my face. I use them to remove swatches and things like that when I get new products in that I do reviews on. So I went through a Target brand makeup remover cleansing towelettes. These were actually really good. They didn't have a super strong scent. They are made with botanic fibers and they're paraben free, which is always a plus. I liked them a lot. They were very inexpensive. They worked very, very well. And then I also went through a Walmart brand, just the Equate ones, and these were the makeup remover cleansing towelettes. The only thing about these, the perfume scent of this is so incredibly strong, it almost like turns me off for them. I would never use them on my face for the sheer amount of how much perfume is in them. They did a decent job. They're very wet. They're very large. That's the other thing, is they're nice big towelettes. But again, I only use these for swatches, but whoo baby, when you use these, your arm is gonna smell like perfume all day. So probably will not be repurchasing those. I would rather the Target brand ones. I also went through cotton rounds. So exciting. I also do not use cotton rounds on my face. I use these strictly for nail polish. So I always buy the exfoliating cotton rounds. I just get them from wherever's on sale. Target, Walmart, whatever. That's it. That's all I use them for. This is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Skin Booster Serum. These were the deluxe size samples that were sent in the Sephora Play boxes, etc. I like it. I don't notice a huge, like, miraculous difference in my skin. I think they are definitely hydrating, but I don't see anything that makes me want to go out and buy the full size, if that makes sense. I didn't mind it, and I still have one in use over here on my vanity, but it's not a purchase that I would go out of my way to buy. I had a sample of the Ole Henriksen Sheer Transformation Perfecting Moisturizer. I have actually had this in full size and love it. It's a very light sheer moisturizer. It sinks right into the skin. It doesn't ball up as you continue to rub it on your face. It's a great product. It's fantastic. It is just your basic daily moisturizer that's not heavy, it's not sticky, it's not oily, it doesn't make your makeup look funny. It's just a good moisturizer. What more can I say? And then I finally finished up my Palmetto Rejuvenating Antioxidant Mask, and this was for brightening and softening skin. This was actually really good. It said it may tingle on the packaging. I never felt a tingle. It was just fine. As the best peptides, kaolin clay, glycolic acid, AHA, hyaluronic acid, and more. So basically it's just a powerhouse of skin rejuvenation and moisture. It did do a good job. It definitely brightened my face. It definitely softened my skin. I really liked it. I have so many face masks that I'm not going to go out and repurchase it right away, but it's definitely on my little list of things I would repurchase for sure. I also have one of my holy grail face cleansers. I do double cleanse, so I will cleanse to remove my makeup, and then I will do a second cleanse to get rid of anything that was left over. This is my second cleanse, and I have probably 4 backups of this. It's absolutely amazing. This is the Alba Botanica Hawaiian Facial Cleanser, and this is the Pore Purifying Pineapple Enzyme formula. It is hypoallergenic. There's no parabens, phthalates, or animal testing. It's 100% vegetarian, and the bottle's recycled. It's a really good for the earth, good for your skin brand. It smells like a mixed tropical drink. It's delicious. It really is just it's a great foaming cleanser, but it's super light and it rinses off and your skin is super, super soft, super clean. It clears out your pores. It's a beautiful product. I absolutely love this. Definitely, definitely recommend this. This is one of my holy grail products for sure. And another thing by Alba Botanica, because I love the brand, this is their Hawaiian body scrub, and it is a sea salt body scrub, which I personally like. I'm not a sugar body scrub kind of girl. If I'm gonna body scrub, I'm gonna scrub. I want to scrub and rip at my skin, and I want to come out of the shower looking like a wet seal. I want to be just whoosh, removed of total upper layer of skin, and this does the job. Same thing with the whole no artificial colors, no parabens, no phthalates, no blah 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 blah. This one, like I said, is the sea salt. It is very gritty, and is very oily. So what you do, this tends to separate, which I don't mind. I just take my finger I just take my finger before I use it and I swirl it around and get it all mixed up, and then I take a chunk. I use these in conjunction with my exfoliating gloves. That way I don't waste any of the salt and it doesn't fall down into the floor of the shower. But this stuff makes your legs and skin feels so smooth. And the oils that's in here, yes, it does leave a residue, but it's not the type of residue that's going to be like gross greasy. By the time you get out of the shower and dry off, your skin is just like the softest skin you've ever felt in your life. I love this scrub. It's so good. It's in a huge container, not that expensive. You can get it at the drugstore. Amazing. I love it. I love it. A couple more things and then we're moving on into makeup. One thing from Nick, he gave me his review. This is the Everyman Jack deodorant for men. It's aluminum free, and this one was in the scent cedarwood, and he did use it all the way up, so we have to show you he used it all the way to the last little drop. He said that although it smelled really good, he said it didn't feel long lasting to him. And with Nick, he is a construction worker, so he definitely puts things to the test. And so far, the only natural deodorant he truly likes is Schmidt's, and I agree. That's the only one I use as well. It's an amazing, amazing deodorant. Very, very good for you. And this one just didn't quite make the cut for him, unfortunately, because he is such a heavy worker that he didn't really like it. I went through a L'Oreal Paris Total Repair Extreme Reconstructing Shampoo with Lactic AHA. This is for very, very dry and damaged hair. I like this a lot. And I also have the Color Vibrancy Nourishing Conditioner Antioxidant kind. Both of these are my go-tos for drug, and you can get them at the drugstore, but these are my go-to shampoo and conditioner normally. They do a really good job with really rehydrating your hair, keeping your color from, vibrant and fresh. It really does a great job. They foam beautifully. They're just great, a great line in general. And I was super proud to use this sucker up. This thing is massive. This is the Sephora Whipped Cream Body Moisturizer with watermelon extract. I used every last drop. Every drop. You can't even find a drop in there, can you? Oh, it smells so good. It smells like a Jolly Rancher. This was really nice. The texture of this wasn't a thick texture like a body butter. It was more like a whipped cream, like a Cool Whip texture, and it absorbed into the skin very quickly. It smelled really, really good, left you very, very moisturized, very comfortable. And Sephora brand does some pretty good stuff. So I mean, don't ignore the Sephora brand just because it's a store brand. They really, really do some good stuff, and I very much enjoy this. The first thing that I'm decluttering is my L'Oreal Magic Lumi Light Infusing Primer. I know. Don't come for me. This is like a cult classic. Everybody talks about this. There's probably only about this much left, to be honest. I just got so sick and tired of forcing myself to use it. It's one of those primers that are almost like a highlighting primer. They bring a glow. Can you see that? Yeah, you can. So they bring a glow to the skin, and the concept is fantastic, you know, great. It does give a good luminosity, but this does nothing else other than give that shine, which to me, I need something more. It was such a, it was such a basic primer. I could get that same effect with like an illuminator, a liquid illuminator, like my Cover FX drops. It just didn't do what I would want a primer to do. So I'm just gonna declutter it. It's old, it's almost done. I don't wanna finish it up. It's just gonna go. The other thing that I am throwing away, almost full actually, I tried to give it a good run. I got this from Sally. This is the Sesh from the Sesh V line. This is the base coat. I hate this. This doesn't dry. So it's very, very sticky. You put it on your nails and you almost can't see it when you put it on your nails, but it's very, very sticky. It's sticky like you have leftover jelly on your container, like that type of sticky. It's not a sticky like, oh, I'm gonna hold your nail polish on. It's no, you have stuff all over your packaging, girl. You put your nail polish over top and it makes your nail polish take 3 times longer to dry, if it even dries at all, and then they slip off your nail. I'm done with it. I try, and like I said, it's leaking. I've tried. I've given it a good fair run. I am ready to retire it and be happy with never having it in my life again. So he's gone. I used up 2 Wallflowers. These are the Crisp Morning Air. I don't believe they're out right now. I think that they only come out in the like summer-ish months, spring, summer months, but this is my favorite to use in my bedroom. It smells like a sexy man. It claims that it has crisp fall breeze, white oak, golden amberwood, saffron, and sandalwood, but to me it smells like a sexy man. So these are in my bedroom and I have backups because I love this scent. This is the Autumn Sky Bath & Body Works candle. Obviously it's a mini-sized, and this smelled divine. But but it looks like it burned beautifully, right? It looks like it was nice and clean and burnt. Oh no, this sucker wanted to burn down no matter what I did with the wick, no matter what angle I tilted it at, it wanted to burn a tunnel down the center. So I had to constantly take and push the edges down, and it was a nightmare to burn. It smelled great. It didn't have as much of a throw as I thought it would. I was actually very surprised because Bath & Body Works usually has a good throw on it, but it really wasn't overly impressive. I repurpose these containers for holding like perfume samples or holding Q-tips or cotton balls or things like that. I think they're really cute packaging, so I do repurpose these normally. Otherwise, I would not repurchase that size anymore. I just find that the wicks don't burn right and it doesn't work out for me. This is by the Estee Edit. This was a sample size of the Pore Vanishing Stick. I don't know whether it was just because it was a sample size. It was just a little guy like this, but I felt like when I put it on my pores, it looked like I had flakiness where I actually didn't. It almost created dry patches where I didn't have dry patches. So I really wasn't a fan of this at all. I like the idea of it, but it just didn't do anything for me. So obviously I can't repurchase it because Estee Edit is gone, but even if they weren't, I wouldn't repurchase this. This is the Wonderstruck by Taylor Swift. I got a gift set last year with 3 of these larger bottles and then 1 smaller bottle. I really like the way this smells. I find that celebrity perfumes normally they don't last on the skin. Okay, so as I was saying before my camera decided to overheat, it doesn't stay on my skin. It will only last maybe a few hours and then it's gone. So I have to reapply it, which it's okay because it's an inexpensive perfume, but I just would rather have one that would last me the whole day. The other downfall to this size especially, okay, so can we see the size of the bottle here? Now watch. When you take out the straw, do you see what I see? It leaves you with like a quarter of the bottle still in there. The straw only goes like halfway down. So you have this big amount of perfume down the bottom that you can't even reach because of this dinky little straw that they give you. Marketing flaw, packaging flaw, I don't know, but I ended up pouring it into one of my atomizers that I have here and had to use it up that way. So it was a little bit of a pain in the butt, but it was a really good scent. I did like it, but I'm not going to repurchase it. This is Daisy Dream by Marc Jacobs. The only reason I used this one up right away is because I have the full size sitting right there. So I like it. Obviously I own it. It's just a really light, feminine, fresh and floral spring, summer type scent. It's very pretty. I do enjoy it. I obviously have the full size, so it's definitely a recommendation from me. Another one I actually used up this morning is the Elizabeth & James Nirvana White. I, again, have the full size. It's sitting right there in the very, very front and center, right there. And I love this one. I also love the black, but I like the white a lot better for daytime. I tend to be out more during the day, and I find that it's more of a daytime appropriate scent. It is a little bit on the mature side, but not on the mature side that makes you feel old. It's more of a independent, strong woman type of scent, but it's very, very, very pretty. The Giorgio Armani C perfume I used up, and you know, it just didn't call to me. It just wasn't the type of scent that I normally go for. Yeah, this to me was just it almost smelled like medicine in a way. It smelled like child's cough medicine. Sorry I keep itching. I feel like I have cat hair or dog hair on my face, and I don't think I do, but it keeps itching. Yeah, it's almost medicinal smelling, and I'm not a fan of it, so I would not repurchase that particular one. But I love Giorgio Armani. That's my favorite ride or die perfume is Armani Code. So and I have 2 other Giorgio Armanis back there. It's not that I don't like the brand, I just don't like that scent. And now down to makeup. The first thing I went through was a Ciate London Gelology top coat. This top coat was actually really, really good. The only downfall of this top coat was that by the time I got to the bottom, it started to get really gloppy, and just kind of cucky. The shape of the bottle is a little weird too. You can't get into the crevices of it and stuff, but I mean, I liked it. I probably won't repurchase it. Oh my gosh, I probably won't repurchase it, but it was still a fairly good top coat. I used up a deluxe size sample of the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. This used to be my holy grail ride or die mascara. It gives volume, it gives length, it is perfect. It's got amazing, long, spiky, natural bristles like I love, but I have found a new love, I think, that you will see in the near future. but I still really like this. I don't like the waterproof version. I like the regular version. And I find that the drier the formula for mascara, I tend to like more. So this is definitely one that I do highly recommend if you want, or if you're looking for an all-around mascara, curling, volumizing, lengthening, that kind of thing. Okay, my camera ended up shutting off from overheating and I have no idea what I was just talking about, so we'll see when I go to edit this what we're missing. Anyway, for mascara, one more mascara, I used up the Clinique High Impact Mascara with the Clinique Lash Building Primer. So one side was the Lash Building Primer and then the other side was the mascara. And all I can really say about this is it was basic. It didn't really do anything out of this world for me. It wasn't something that, you know, would stand out in my mind that I should buy again. It didn't give me a heck of a lot of volume. It didn't give me a heck of a lot of length. It was more just, it made my lashes black. So it was just kind of meh. I finally used up my Ulta brand brow gel. I don't even want to show you, it's so gross. But I liked this. It worked really well. It had a great spoolie on it. The formula was not the type to make your brows crunchy, but they definitely held in place. So I have nothing bad to say about it. Obviously I used the whole thing up, and I wouldn't repurchase it again because I found a different one that performs pretty much the same way from Essence, and it's like a couple dollars. So I've been using my Essence one. I went through 3 brow pencils. I went through the e.l.f. brow pencil in the shade Neutral Brown. And I like this pencil for, I don't think I can get any more. Oh, a little bit. I like this pencil for filling in your brows. Not so much for detail work because it has more of a rounded tip. I wish I could show you, but I really can't. It's so gone. I like it for doing the majority of the brow and then brushing through, and then if you need detailing you can go in with a micro brow pencil. This is not a micro brow pencil, but the formula is really great. This is actually one that I've been using for a while and I do have backup of it, so I do enjoy it quite a bit. It's a great pencil. I went through 2 micro brow pencils. The first one was the Sephora brand. It definitely has a micro tip. You can see right there, has a micro tip. It definitely is a stiffer formula similar to the Brow Wiz. What I did not like was the spoolie end. This is not a spoolie, it's more of a sharp comb. It didn't do anything as far as helping my brows, really. I didn't use it. I actually saved the e.l.f. brow pencil for the spoolie, used it with this because this little comb guy just was not good. But I mean, if you're looking for a close enough dupe to the Brow Wiz, the Sephora brand, and they were good. They were not bad. And then the last one I used up for brows was my Maybelline Brow Precise Micro Crayon. And this one was in the shade, I don't know because it doesn't say anywhere on it. Probably some form of medium brown. And again, this was a micro pencil, micro tip. This one was a little bit creamier than the Sephora brand one, but it still did the job as far as drawing on individual hairs. There we go. So it definitely can mimic hair for sure. It's still a stiffer formula. It's just not like hard, and it has a pretty decent spoolie on it. So I mean, I couldn't complain for the what, $6 or $7 I paid for it. I used it up. I liked it, and honestly, I might buy this one again. This is the best one I've used out of the 3 in here, and it's one of the least expensive, and you can get it very easily at the drugstore. So no complaints. I used up a Too Faced Shadow Insurance Anti-Crease Eye Primer sample. This took forever. You guys, I never had any idea how long it took to go through an eyelid primer. This was just a deluxe size sample and it was probably only that full to start with. This took me months of everyday use to go through. I couldn't believe it. I'm really glad it's gone though. I am actually not one of the people who are a huge fan. Ooh, there's still some in there. I'm not a huge fan, hello, of this primer. It is, to me it almost feels a little greasy, which is weird because it's supposed to dry down to a powdery finish, but it made my eyelids feel a little bit greasy. It didn't hold my shadows any better than any other primer I'd used. It was just kind of basic. It was a basic shadow primer. I feel like my L'Oreal one that I'm using right now is better. I wouldn't repurchase it. That's what I'm trying to say. I wouldn't repurchase it. I only got it in a kit and I wanted to try it out and give you guys a review. So there it is. This is a concealer that I received, I believe, in an Ipsy bag. This was the Boo Boo Cover Up Concealer. This was oddly really good. It has really good coverage for being a brand that I've never really heard of, and it didn't crease under my eyes. It helped blur, it helped blur out any imperfections under my eyes, took care of my dark circles. It was really hydrating. I have nothing bad to say about it. It was a really good concealer. The only thing that I wish is that they came in a different packaging than this, because this was really good. I actually enjoyed that, and I would repurchase that again for sure. The other concealer I used up, and I used the heck out of this, it is long gone. I pulled the stopper out. I mean, I went ham on this guy. This is the Urban Decay Naked Weightless Skin Concealer, and this was in the shade Light Neutral. This is so good. I love this concealer. It's super light on the skin. It's like a light to medium coverage concealer. I don't feel like it's a full coverage, but it blends out beautifully. It doesn't leave your eyelids creasy. It doesn't leave them looking dry. Very, very good for those who have dry skin. I really liked this. This is a mini size I picked up in the Line of Doom at Sephora, but I think once I'm done through some of my other concealers, I will repurchase this because I really did enjoy it. I got this Moodstruck Minerals pigment from Unique, and this was just, it was in the shade Innocent. It was just like a flesh toned powder. There's nothing in there. It's gone. There is nothing in there, but it was just a loose pigment, but it was the color of my eyelids. I am not affiliated with any direct sales. I want to put that out there before I go any further. I'm not part of any direct sales company. I do have some products that I have from direct sales companies trying it out, but I am not selling anything. That's out there. Just wanted to say. This pigment I just used to set my eyeshadow primer, to put some powder over top of it, and I have a bunch of these. I go through them fairly often because that's all I use them for, is just to set my lid after I put my primer on, and they work just fine. That's it. That's all I have to say. They work great. So I talked earlier about my Prairie berry wine that I had, and this is their seasonal one they come out with every year, and this is Pumpkin Bog. This is insane. It is 75% pumpkin and 25% cranberry wine. It is amazing. We mull this in the crock pot around, like, you know, on holiday, Thanksgiving, Christmas. We stock up every year. It's so good. This is the best wine ever. And it's a semi-sweet blend of mellow South Dakota pumpkins and bright cranberries. You can serve it chilled or warmed with mulling spices. It's amazing. I'm not going to say anymore. It's amazing. So the last thing that I have in my little bucket of horrors over here, these are 2 Bath & Body hand soaps. There's only 2 because I tend to throw these away and forget that I'm saving them for my Empties videos. Sorry. This one was in my bathroom. This was the French lavender. It smelled really good. It didn't smell like the fake lavender. It smelled like a true actual lavender. So I really enjoyed it. Very fresh, very, very fresh and herbal in the bathroom. It smelled really good. And then this one is one of my favorite scents. I put this in the kids' bathroom. This one's in the scent Winter. Fresh pine, snowy citrus, and white woods. I like the foaming hand soaps. They last so much longer than any other hand soap I've ever tried. They are easy to use. The packaging's really nice, and the kids tend to love them. We tend to love them. They have the best scents. The end. Nothing bad to say. Well, you guys, thank you for hanging out with me for this insane Empties video. We had some hiccups, we had some interesting happenings, we had some bloopers, but we made it. We made it through. So I'm gonna try to stare at the camera this time and do my outro and not look up at the viewfinder. So thank you for joining me on my Empties escapade. I hope you guys will hit the subscribe button, shoot me a thumbs up if you think that this video was fun, informative, or you learned something, and I will see you all on my next video. Bye, guys. Little dresser. That's a bookshelf. Stop the Stop doing the for. Get it together. Get it together. Under the bookshelf over there, there's actually a tote filled with organic peachy green. It's a refreshing. And then I finally finished up my I keep looking up. That must be so annoying. This video is gonna be obnoxious. The one I used up actually this morning. This is the Elizabeth. And this next wax melt What? I went into whatever. Sorry if you can hear that music in the background. My kids are being savages. Hold please. Like you have, not sticky like it's gonna hold, it's leaking too. That's wonderful. That's great. Awesome. If you can hear my kids in the background, they sound like peacocks, and I'm sorry. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know. I'm sorry. And this one is also a paraben-free dermatologist. The girl's feisty today. I use repurpose the, what? What? Your face? It's beautiful. It doesn't, it flies away. Ashy sounds horrible. Yeah, what is my hair doing here? What are you doing? Let's not do this. Let's not do this. We're gonna do our empties video because this girl. Let's try that again. It's good.